See, Chris is here wearing the Doxa Sub 200 Pro and loving it. That's a cool model. Trying to size up this bracelet. I haven't decided on what strap I'm going to buy for this guy yet, and I just had this extra bracelet laying around, so I figured I'd size it up. But I'm having a hard time getting it where I want it to be. So I'm like in between on this darn thing. So I'm fiddling around with it, trying to get it to where I want it. NH Rick is here, Craig G. I'll try to read a few comments as I'm fiddling around with this. My buddy Wilson's here. Weeby, Mark, Mr. JJ. It's hard for me to read all the comments while I'm sizing this, but bear with me, guys. John's here. Let's see, I'll flip this over. I'm going to take a link out of this side and see how I like it. Cowboy Swami's here. Nathan Fetcher. Craig G's wearing an Interstellar watch, it sounds like. Canadian Watch Monkey's here. Drop that link. Let's put this link back in. All right, let's try that. Yeah, I think that'll work. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, this is going to look better on a leather strap, but in the meantime, I can wear it. So I just need to find a little baggie for that. Double check the screws. Let's see, Brave Sailor's here. The Big Wrist is here. I'm going to double check all these screws, make sure they're all good and snug. Still can't figure out how to... I just set up my new computer too, so I'm still getting that all dialed in. And it times out on me, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it so it doesn't time out on me. All right, all those are snug. Let's pop this eye. Ken Spears here. All right, let me find a baggie. If you don't have these little jeweler bags, get these little baggies. Ideally, you want to write something on them so you know what the heck link is in it. I'm not very good at that part, but at least my links are in baggies. So nice bracelet, taper on it. It's the strap code HEXED, and I feel like the angles kind of match this case pretty good. It's not fitted, but I don't know. Not too bad. I'm not mad about that. This will work for now. All right, let's get back to the chat. So I have like a wooden box, and I can show you. Let me just show you. It's an absolute mess. Don't judge me too much. But so over here I have this wood box, and inside here there's like, it's an absolute mess, I know, but this is like where all the bracelets and the links and everything are. And I think there's, yeah, that's all tools. So I have like a little, that little wood box with a drawer. I should clean it up and like lay them all out and have it organized and stuff, but you know how it goes, man. I don't make it a priority. But the room is slowly coming together. I mounted the lights from the ceiling and got them off the tripods. That has given me so much more room for activities in here. Like seriously, like stepbrother stuff. I also set up well, I guess I can kind of show you. Come with me, guys. I'll show you. Again, mess, but so I added this new top here. And I now have 2 gaming monitors, so I can have my Discord going, I can have the YouTube going, I can do whatever I want. Keyboard there, and then down below I mounted a shelf and I put the Mac Mini down there. So I got to do some more cord management, but it's slowly coming together. I'll do a full room tour as soon as I get, like, I got to get the floor. Mitch Maddox here. I got to get the floor down, and then I'm going to do some decluttering and some cleanup in here, and then I'll set up some more ambient lights and stuff like that, so I can do the live streams with the new setup. Yeah, the keyboard is that's just the Apple Magic Keyboard. New camera. Nope, still using my iPhone. I do have the stream camera like on the computer. I have that set up, and then I think eventually I'll migrate more towards the computer doing the live stream, and then kind of like how Bruce does it, and then I can have my phone set up over here and have it angled straight down, and then we could put watches down in front. So if you guys have questions, we can look at those and pull them up on the screen. But then I can have guests, we can share screen, we can bring up different brands and topics, and we can do it like on the spot. Man, I'm glad I had this bracelet. This is good. This is going to work out nice. This is such an inexpensive watch, and I'm digging it. I don't know why. I'm just digging it. Better than the fabric strap. As Hig says, add a mini bar. No, I need to probably do less of that. Rob's doing big things. Rob's just doing the little bit of upgrade and stuff. What's on the wrist? I am wearing. I just sized this. So today I wore the Pele. I wore the Blue Monday Pele. I know it's like Tuesday is supposed to be the thing, but I wear the Pele all day today. I'll probably wear that. I might even take that to San Fran this weekend. But I just found this bracelet in my bracelet drawer, and I realized I hadn't ordered the leather strap that I wanted to for this watch yet, and I wanted to wear it. So this is going to work. This is I don't even know the part number, SSB 403. It's only $285, plus you're going to get discounts on that. So yeah, Wilson, I think you're right. I mean, it kind of matches it-ish, kind of. Good enough. I already have it. Rusty says, are you selling off for the Speedy? I kind of changed my mind. I instead bought, I did sell a couple things. One of them's coming back, and I'll video that when I get it. But I picked up an Armida. I picked up a Helson Sharkmaster. I picked up the Steinhardt GMT. This is like a special edition one. And I picked up the 39 millimeter Glycine Combat Sub. So I told you guys I was going to do the more affordable route, and that's what all these watches represent. They represent a much more affordable alternative to, say, Pelle's and Breitlings and everything like that. Dustin, the Helson is awesome. I was actually just talking to a buddy about this, and the watch head is so good. It has an ETA 2824 in it. It has insane lume, has excellent bezel action. The downfall with this watch, I feel, is the bracelet. The edges are sharp. Okay, I can fix that. I can soften that. So I'll probably do that. I did get a couple of hair pulls on this, and I don't know why. Hey, Mitch Maddock with the $5 hair super chat. Thank you very much. With the Hip Hop Anonymous is on there. So I'll soften this up. I'll just sand the edges with some fine micron. Not a big deal. That'll make it better. I don't know why I was getting hair pull with it, though. So I'm not sure on that. Now the clasp, although it's similar to a lot of the micro brands, I feel like it's this part right here, look at, is just terrible. I mean, like, it's hard to open. Like, I'm having a hard time opening it, actually. It's terrible. So I think I'm gonna see if I can find a different clasp for it. So I'm pretty much, do I invest more time and money into this watch and get it dialed in so that way I can share that information? Probably a good idea since I have a YouTube watch channel. Or do I put a different strap? Just ditch this bracelet altogether. I don't really want to do that because it's fitted end links. I might be able to find something else. But the watch head is awesome, and the lume on it is spectacular, and it wears really good. I do like the watch. I just need that bracelet sorted out. I mean, if it had a better clasp on there and I softened the bracelet, I think I'm good to go. I think it would be a nice wearable watch. I love the lyre lugs. It's basically a homage to like a older Seiko 300. Yeah, I mean, maybe that could be broken in, but it's only 3 micro adjust. I mean, it'd be nice if I could figure out a clasp that is just way better. I mean, really, even like this clasp would be way better. So I'll see. I don't know if this one's too narrow. I mean, you have way more micro adjust. It's better finished. It just feels more refined. It closes and opens better. This is at Astor Banks. So I'll have to take some measurements, see what's going to work. The glycine clasp is actually nice too, 4 micro adjust. It's just friction fit. I like the double pushers more, but this one still works really good. I really like the Steinhardt. I said glycine, I meant Steinhardt. The glycine, somebody was asking about that. I haven't even unwrapped the bracelet on it. This clasp is actually very similar to the Helson, but it is a little bit better feeling in this department here, but almost too loose. So I don't know what. I need to open this up. Get all this plastic off here. I need someone part-time to remove plastic covers off watches for me. I think this watch was like $600. I bought it from Nomans. I mean, if the bracelet, again, the watch head, really nice. The bracelet, not so much. Polished center links. Come on, I gotta figure out how to get that to not time out. But the people with a smaller wrist are really gonna like this Glycine 39. I believe it has the Sellita SW in it. If you just like the smaller watches or you have a smaller wrist, yeah, the Glycine 39 is going to do really good for you. Arthur says, do you mean the Helson is the Seamaster? I don't know, man. I'm tired or something. If I said Seiko, I meant Omega Seamaster. I'm sorry. And I went with the blue one this time. I've had a couple of those, but this time I went with the blue one, and it's really hard to tell on video. Is the bracelet tapered on which one? Let's see. Starts out 20, goes down to just under 18. So the Glycine is 20 down to 18. The Helson is 20 down to 18. Yeah. So both the Helson and the Glycine are 20 down to 18. Let's see. Finally installed the blue Clockwork Republic on my 009. Oh, Tennessee Mike, thanks for reminding me. Let me get the Weiss out. I'm going to step away just 1 second. I forgot about the Wise. Hold on. I got it all put away in the box, so I got to get it out of the box. I don't know why I put it away. I should have left it out. Cool box, though. Yeah, I think you guys will like this watch. I knew I forgot one. stuff out of the way. I know I'm miscalling watches. I'm sorry, guys. So here is the Wise. What is this called? The Adamascus. Let me get this wound up. Hey, Matt from Rack the Watches here. Let's get this thing fired up. Yeah, John, the blue on the clockwork is like the perfect shade of blue to pull out the blue dial on the SKX009 because typically it just looks black. It's so dark. But with this blue strap, I'm glad I switched over to it instead of the black one because it just helps that blue pop out. So this one comes with this awesome leather strap and it comes with the FKM 904L steel. Beautiful watch. Absolutely beautiful watch. I will say this, I know there's so many watches, right? But these two right here are kind of in the same price point, are they not? Now with the Glycine, you're going to get a Swiss movement. But you can see, yeah, the Wise is a little bit larger, but really close because it's so thin, it wears really good. So, I mean, dollar for dollar, if I were buying, I would buy Neff. Now I'm not going to unsee that. Neff just said the hour hand is a hot dog hour hand. So it's like the wiener in the middle with the bun wrapped around. Now I can't unsee it. Neff, darn it. You can't tell me that stuff, man. I'm not going to be able to block that. So, all right. Jacob wants to know the dimensions on the Glycine. Let's check it out. So it's supposed to be 39, but it's 39 and a half at the bezel. I think it's a 39 millimeter case. Yeah, 39 millimeter case, 39 and a half at the bezel. Just over 46 lug to lug. It's only 11.4. It's just like 11 and a half thick. And then 20 mil lug width. It has a nice oversized crown, 7 millimeter crown. I think it has pin and collar, or is that? Yeah, it's got split pins for the bracelet. The bracelet feels kind of chintzy, to be honest with you. But overall, good watch. The bezel action, pretty firm, 120 click. Aren't the Glycine 42 combat subs, aren't those 60 click? Am I wrong in thinking that, or were they 60 click? Yeah, kind of a Black Bay 58 clone. That's why I picked this one, because I think it looks closer to that Black Bay 58 look. Yeah, but sapphire crystal, nice gilt look. Overall, pretty nice watch. No crown guards on the 39. But guys, this Wise, they did a killer job on this. Let's see. Let me try to read a few comments because I'm getting behind. Yeah, the Wise is a Miyota 9015 or something like that. Oh, I just did the video. I got my notes right here. Yeah, it's a 9015. Have you seen the Rado thin line automatic that doesn't have a seconds hand? Could you live with no second? I could live with no seconds hand. It wouldn't bug me that much, honestly, because I have so many other watches to wear. It wouldn't bother me that much. I probably wouldn't buy one in the first place, but if someone sent me one, I could wear it. It wouldn't be a big deal. The Wise has the Miyota 9015 in it. That's why it is so thin. And there's a look at it. It's actually got a display case back. And somebody mentioned the blue on my Big Eye. So the blue on the Big Eye petroleum dial is definitely more blue. The Wise blue is more of a aqua green blue, and then it fades out. Yeah, the profile on this case is amazing, like super thin, and it's crazy comfortable on wrist, especially with this leather. Excellent leather. Yeah, 4 hertz, 28,800 vibrations per hour. The rotor, um, sometimes there's noise. I get a little bit of free spin, but it's not as bad as I've noticed in some other watches. Because typically when you go thin like that with these watches and you have that rotor, the automatic winding system that only winds in one direction, typically it's more audible. You'll get that rotor wobble. It's not really doing it. Heck, I mean, my Big Eye does it more than any other watch I've ever tried. But I love it at this point. Yeah, the Loom is crazy good on that, as is the Armida and the Helson. When we at the end when we do the Loom shot, you guys are gonna be blown away. The Loom is crazy. Gary, thoughts on the new Air King? I think, um, without spoiling another buddy's comment that I was talking to about it, the new Air King, I think, is going to be perfect for most people. Whereas this original Air King, I can't say original because the Air King goes back a long ways, but this model Air King just didn't work for so many people. I think the changes they made, it's going to be a really good watch for more people that in the past had never looked at this particular model. So the changes they made are going to make it um, uh, just more suitable for like the average everyday person. But for me, this is the one. I bought the right one. 100% happy with my decision to buy this one. Let's see. Sam's dad mustache wax says, "How hard do you hand wind a watch on a scale of 1 to 10?" I don't know. I mean, I wind them the way I wind them. I don't know in reference to how other people wind them. Is like how rough I am. I don't know. I'm probably middle of the road. I'm sure people could get more rough, and I'm sure people could be more delicate. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. Bobby likes his agreement with me. He likes his current or the last generation Air King. And then Detroit Spartan, see, he's in the camp where the new Air King is a much better watch. So that's where a lot of people are probably going to land. Crank them until they stop and add one more twist, says Wet Watches. That's terrible advice. Do not listen to Wet Watches. Sands of Time says, I really want to add a meteorite dial watch in the future. Wise is tempting. Yes. So Wise actually, and I'm going to reach out to them and see if they'll send me that one. They have a new model coming out that is a regular sport watch, non-diver, and it's going to have a meteorite dial on it, and it looks spectacular. I definitely want to see it. Care Joy is asking if there's a bracelet option. Not for this model. I don't know if they're going to do them in the future, but this is 904L steel, and I believe these are what I want to say close to $600. So if they would have added the bracelet, man, they would have. If they could have done a really nice bracelet for this, that would be insane. But maybe in the future. I mean, this leather is really good that's on here too, and I'm warming up to like FKM and leathers and stuff like that. I'm warming up to straps. Let's see. Ronan says he's jealous of the SKX. They're so expensive now. Are they really? Well, the thing is Ronan, like, I mean, there's so many really good 5KXs out there. I mean, maybe just say screw it and pick up a 5KX, put it on a Clockwork Republic. There's so many different cool colorways. It's close to the same watch. It's going to be water resistant enough that you're going to be fine. Canadian Watch Monkey, have I reviewed the Serica watches? I don't recall. I don't think so. Okay, how's the finish quality on the Wise case? It's It's amazing. I mean, they polished it up really good. It's full polished case, and it is done up really well. It's a little bit brighter steel. I mean, 904L steel is going to be a little bit brighter than say the standard 316. So the polishing is, nice. Now it should probably scratch a little bit easier or show the scratches more or something, but um, I don't know. This is such a good watch, even with the hot dog or hamburger or whatever you want to call it, hour hand. Let's see the watch verdict. Coming back to the sub $1,000 limit, which do you think is your pick so far? So I'm really torn on that, but I have to say this one here, the Steinhardt 39 millimeter Ocean GMT, has um, I'm pretty smitten with it, honestly. The bracelet feels quality. Everything feels like a little more luxury. You know, it's hard to explain when you pick up a watch, you know, um, and you can just feel the difference. So, like when I pick up the Helson, it's definitely better than, say, like a 5KX or an SKX. I can definitely tell the watch head is really good, but the bracelet is like, needs a little bit of work. When I pick up the Steinhardt, this like narrows the gap between like this and say a Tudor or something. I'm not saying it's as good. What I'm saying is I can feel the difference, and it's like creeping its way into that category. Nice taper on the bracelet. The clasp is it's it's good. I mean, it would have been nice to have like a nicer clasp, but the clasp is not terrible. And the overall look of the watch and feel on wrist is crazy good. Like I wore this thing for 3 or 4 days. Amazingly, I think that I think I'm discovering, maybe I already knew this based on some of my favorite watches, that you have a really nice taper on a bracelet and it really helps the watch feel good on wrist. Kevin S says, nice to see that Tudor made a Steinhardt homage this year. Very smart of them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so many old watch designs out there. It's hard to be creative at this point. Andrew says, I recently bought the Seiko silver watch you have, debating if I should get a sapphire crystal installed. Thoughts? If you haven't scratched the Hardlex crystal on it that is on there right now, I wouldn't worry about it. If you end up scratching the crystal, then maybe look at doing a sapphire. But I have no problem with the Hardlex. I've had my Orange Monster for since 2014, right? And I don't even know how or where or when I did it, but I have one little scratch on the Hardlex, like right towards the middle, and I have to almost look for it. So, I mean, Hardlex does pretty good. So I wouldn't go out there and just change the crystal for the heck of it. Maybe just wait. Let's see. Nigel's checking in from Australia. Thank you very much. What is the exact diameter on the Steinhardt? I think I'm trying to catch some of these comments. I think I seen Tennessee Mike ask if the Steinhardt was kind of near Christopher Ward. I would say, yeah, it's actually pretty close in like felt quality to the Christopher Ward. The bracelet actually feels very familiar to the Ward potentially. So it's supposed to be 39 millimeter. Wow. Are we zeroed? Let me check it at the bezel. So at the bezel, which the bezel actually hangs over the watch case a little bit, at the bezel, it's like 39 mil. And then the lug to lug is 47. So 39 by 47, and it's about 13 and a half thick. And it has a nice weight to it. Bracelet is perfect for this watch. I'm really digging it. And I know some people maybe don't like the one that you can currently buy has the like faux patina on it, faux patina. This one is the special edition one from the website OLKO, I think is how it's done, where it has all the white. I like this one, but the faux patina one's fine too. I think if you're interested in the 39 millimeter GMT from Steinhardt, just get the faux patina one because like it's going to be too hard to find the white dial one or the white markers. This one you can only pretty much get on eBay. I think there was one on eBay, but you can get the faux patina one still right from. I don't know if you can get it right from Steinhardt, but Noman has one that's a special edition. You can definitely get it from them. I say go for it, man. It's actually a pretty solid watch. It has the Sellita SW330 in it. It's a nice watch. Mitch Maddock, where do you find the PRX Chrono? Go to a Tissot authorized dealer. I'm gonna probably try to hit up one down in Southeast Michigan, Lucido. So get Beatles 43. Trying to read some comments, guys. Had to upgrade my baby tune to the Sapphire. Cowboy Swami had to upgrade his baby tune to the Sapphire. Had to, meaning he probably scratched the Hardlex. The Hardlex will scratch, for sure, but for most easy, fairly easy wearing people with watches, their Hardlex will last a long time. You won't have a problem. Let's see. Have I seen the Steinhardt Explorer homage? Isn't that what that is? I guess that's Explorer 2 homage, isn't it? Nobody's bringing up this guy. Do you guys see this guy? The GMW B5000 MB matte black. So here is the matte black G-Shock Square. Digging it. Totally different look than the full shiny one. Fun watch. Stefan says, is it Steven or Stefan? Should I trade my Omega Seamaster 300 chrome dial for the black dial? I say no. I think the chrome dial with the blued hands and indices, I think is stunning. I stick with that one. Don't get the black one. The black one's too safe. Everyone's gonna have the black one. Heck, everyone's got the white one. Keep the chrome dial one. I think that thing's killer looking. Honestly, if I were gonna go pick up a new Aquaterra, that's probably the one I'd get. I'd probably get the silver dial with the blued. Sands of Time. What do you think of the MM300 versus other competition? People say watches are top heavy, but I'm happy rocking the Doxa 300T. If you're good with the Doxa 300T, the MM300 is probably maybe a touch bigger, like top heavy, but very similar. I think you'd be happy with the MM300. Joseph is asking, how do I feel about the Seiko 2022 lineup? I haven't even been fully following them. I like this watch. I ended up picking this one up. They have some really cool quartz offerings, solar offerings, and I'm sure they have some new colorways of old models that I really like the MM200s. They have like that ninja colored one, the all black with the orange. I definitely want to see that. I think my buddy Jerry ordered one of those. Michael's asking, is that... let me back up to Sean Holloway's question. What is your reason for turning back to more affordables? Just kind of had like an epiphany, like, here I am struggling to, chase these luxury watches. It's a lot more work, it's a lot more effort to like build up the funds to purchase them and stuff. And it's it could be arguably more rewarding, I guess, in the long run because it's a real luxury type material watch. But the level of enjoyment with the affordables is, yeah, Neff basically sums it up real quick. Chasing luxury is a pain in the ass. It is. When the affordables, they can be a pain in the butt too, but it's nice to like have hunts that are like achievable. So say you want to pick up this one, right? It's both affordable because it's going to be under $1,000, but it's kind of hard to find because you want the OLKO model, which is this one, right? So now you have a hunt. So you have to find a used market. You want to find a good seller. You want to find a good example of it and everything. Or you just say, screw it. And I'll take the faux patina one and you pay the $600 or whatever it is and you move on. Or there's some real gems out there. Like I absolutely love this Helson Sharkmaster 300, but it needs a little bit of work. So, you know, do I put in the work or do I just change out the strap or, you know, there's pros and cons with every watch, but when you're dealing with the more affordable end of things, it's just more palatable, I guess. I don't know. And it's easier. It's like Neff said, it's not a pain in the butt. It's easier. They're approachable. I can go on Helson and I can go, you know what? It's only $620, whatever. Click, boom, and then it shows up in a few days. Or Armida, I can pick this guy up. A beautiful blue watch. I love the orange minute hand. I think I paid like $320 for this, brand new. It was like on sale. Yeah, it has the Seiko NH35 in it. I don't care. I wear my watches like 3 days at a time. It's not like I'm buying this watch and I'm gonna wear it and thinking I'm gonna wear it for the next 15 years. I'm just having a little fun. And this watch does that. Let's see. Mitch Maddox says, have to say I got caught up in your and Bruce's hunt and then started to get burnout on the discussions about them. If you're talking about the bigger watches, yeah, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but let's see. Thoughts on the Baltic? Is that called Aquascape? Hopefully, I'll see some Baltics this weekend. I'm heading to San Francisco on Friday, so I'll meet up with the Baltic guys in San Francisco. Mike Wall, I agree with you. Formex did this coating on here to get it up to like a 900 Vickers or something like that to get this titanium so it's more scratch resistant. But it would have been nice to see, maybe forget the coating and just go with the a finished titanium. I would like to potentially see that in this watch too. Now, Swiss Watch Company USA is coming out with a beautiful titanium watch, and they didn't do the rough coating on it. They did a more of a refined finish on it, and that thing looks amazing. So look for that one. But Formex with their strap and everything is just beautiful looking. You know what? Check this out. Somebody mentioned this in my comments. I thought you had to open the clasp to push this to do the micro adjust. And he said, no, just push this button. So you can just push this button and then you can do the micro adjust. This Formex clasp is mind-blowingly good. I mean, that is so cool. It must just push in and then hit that. That's all it does. It's such a simple solution. These guys are genius. That is awesome. I love this clasp. Let's see. Is the Wise yours to keep? It is mine, yeah. And Neff, yes, that clasp is amazing. Put it on the Helson. Yeah, I might do something like that. That's what I might do to solve that little issue. Let's see, Mike. Do I like the G-Shocks with the 24-inch, 24 millimeter lugs? I mean, GA 2200s. I haven't really played with them too much. Okay, here we go. Underachieving Watch Collector says he swapped out the clasp on his Sharkmaster with a ratcheting strap code, much better. Yeah, so I might do that. I'm not a huge fan of the ratcheting strap code clasp. I might try to find something like a Zelos or a Ward. If I can get the measurements right, I might go with one of the ones that is just a regular fold over and then has the micro adjust on the inside. If I'm going to go through the trouble of doing it, I want to put one on there that has an on-the-fly adjustment and everything. Will Carey, have I talked about the new Casio release? I have not. So the new Casio is even better than I thought it was going to be. I knew they were coming out with a Bluetooth model, but they did add solar. They added tough solar to it. So it's Bluetooth and tough solar. So As soon as those get released, which is what, June or something? I can't remember when they're coming out. They're coming out in the next couple of months. As soon as they do, I'm definitely ordering the yellow one and then that black one. I think those are going to be the two hot ones. And there's going to be more coming. Like I can't wait to see like the metal capped ones with the Bluetooth and the solar. It's going to be awesome. Um, and maybe G-Shock will even give us one with a full metal bracelet too. How fun will that be? Yeah, will carry. The yellow one looks amazing, and it has a positive display on it and everything. It looks perfect. I have to pick a watch to wear tomorrow. I got so many awesome options. Dun, dun, dun. Hector Winding Crowns is here. Try to read some older comments. Do you think the best thing about Deep Blue is their dials? I haven't dug super deep into the Deep Blue brand, so not a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. But Chrono Cray says, Rob, will you be more excited to see the watches at San Francisco wind up or what people there are wearing? I kind of don't really care what people are wearing. I mean, it's cool conversation and stuff, but I'm definitely excited to talk to the brand reps, the owners, and look at the watches. Obviously, uh, try to do some networking to get some of those watches on the channel. I don't. I'm not going there with the intention of buying anything, but who knows? I could be, romanticized into purchasing a watch. That's the whole point of doing a lot of these micro brands and checking them out and talking to these people. Is sometimes you can get caught up in the story and get convinced that you need to be part of that. So, Mike Wall, do you expect any surprises during wind up? Probably. I think there's going to be some brands with their models that will surprise me in the sense that I haven't really done hands on with some of the watches that these guys have out. So this will be exciting to get hands on. I'll give them my card and hopefully we can communicate back and forth and we can. Actually, I have a meeting set up with Christopher Ward, with the people at Christopher Ward. I haven't worked with Christopher Ward in a while. I'm hoping to stimulate that relationship again. I would love to get them sending me watches again. Um, I don't know who else. Oak and Oscar, I've never worked with them directly. I'll be meeting up with those guys. So hopefully I can maybe get a couple of their watches. They don't really have a problem selling their watches. They seem to be selling pretty dang good, even though they're on the upper scale of things. But yeah, Baltic, I haven't worked with them in a long time. And then there's a bunch of brands there that I've never worked with, but so this is all part of networking. And H. Rick says, a lot of folks here, take a second and hit the like button. Yeah, if you guys feel it appropriate, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. I usually don't ask that, but you know what? Maybe I need to start asking that because it would be nice to creep a little bit quicker to that 100,000 subscriber count. That would be kind of cool. How much videoing should I do of the trip to San Francisco, do you guys think? Should I do like a little bit of vlog style and show some watches? I don't really intend on doing any interviews. I think that's just been done, and I'm more interested in the watches, not really the brand owners. And if I'm going to do any conversations with individuals, as weird as this sounds, I would rather meet up with people there. So like if there's people there, they're like, "Hey, Rob, how's it going?" or whatever. I would rather spend my time with them, talking to them one on one versus a brand owner. Like if I'm gonna go talk to the brand owner of some of these brands, they might not like some of the things I have to say, because I would have some potential constructive criticism for some of their stuff. But and then just keep on with the watches. But it's gonna be packed there's going to be a ton of people there. It's probably going to be elbow to elbow. So I don't know if like live stream is going to be possible. If I have a strong enough signal, that's a potential option. But um, if there's any way I can get some good video of watches, I will do that. I'll just work with the brands and see. But ultimately, it might end up being that I get the watches later on from the brands. So I'll try to video as much as I can with the opportunities I have at the show. Yeah, Detroit Spartan, exactly. Brand owners, like even Christopher Ward, they were like, "Do you want to set a time to interview the CEO?" And I'm like, "No, I mean, unless he's got some questions for me, because I almost feel like you know it's you and I that have our finger on the pulse of like we're the connoisseurs, especially of the micro brands. So shouldn't they be asking me the question or asking you the question? I don't have questions for them. They should have questions for me so they can improve their brand." Will Carey says signal should be good. Lighting is going to suck. I can bring some lighting options to improve on that. So I'll bring a couple little things, but these iPhones do pretty tricky things in low light. I gotta read this. Romy360 says, funny. When I first started my watch journey, I bought a Steinhardt because I didn't have the money for a Rolex. Now I have the money for the Rolex, can't buy the freaking Rolex. So you have a choice to make, right? You can either try to work those relationships, you can try to get it at retail, or you can just pony up even more and buy it at gray market, is what it is. Or you can just move on and buy other things. Christopher Wong says, will you swap out your sub bracelet for a leather or rubber strap? Pretty doubtful. I'm not like anti doing that, but it would have to be the right strap. Like, I was actually talking to Detroit Spartan about that, and and I don't know if he ever told me the exact reason why, because I think he picked up, he didn't pick up Everest. What did he pick up? Rubber B. I think he picked up Rubber B and he put it on one of his watches. So, I mean, I'd be interesting in seeing the Rubber B and the Everest. I would almost do probably comparison, and then I would maybe swap them out and see which one I like, because there's going to be pros and cons to each one of them for fitment and everything. So, yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to take the sub off the bracelet because the bracelet is that good. But like I said, I'm not opposed to trying it on a like Rubber B or an Everest or something like that. But I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would stay on it. Yeah, Mitch Maddock, Mr. Wonderful, loves the Rubber Bs. I think that's a pretty good testament to their quality and everything like that. I think he puts them on every watch that he can. Usually gets the red one if I'm not mistaken, and it makes it pop pretty good. So. Yeah, the only way, listen, Christopher, though, the only way I'm going to do that is if Rubber B and Everest send me those straps. I'm not going to buy them because I have no intention of actually using them. Will Carey said, "Did I start later?" Yeah, I started at like 8:30. I guess I'm not very good at communicating this. So I was doing the 8 o'clock thing, hour long, going to 9. Uh, More towards the summer, I'll probably start at 9. So I feel like we're in this like transitional phase. So I figured I'll start at 8:30, finish at 9:30, still give an hour. Steve, am I drunk? No, I know I'm bobbling a little bit, but I'm not drunk. I did have a few drinks of the what is this? Johnny Walker Black, but no, I'm not. I'm not lit yet. I could be. A few more drinks, maybe. Let's see. 42 minutes left. No, not quite. I think our just almost to 50 minutes right now. So I got about 10 minutes left. Yes, Everest and Manta are sister companies. Thoughts on that? Alpina watches, those are nice. Don't own one. Is it classy? Okay, says just got scammed on an Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. Really sucks. That is terrible. That was terrible. Sorry to hear that. Prepare for the time zone adjustment for your trip. Yeah, I go back in time. I get 3 hours extra. So I think I take off at like 7 a.m. and I get to San Francisco. You know what? I'm going to call it San Fran. I get to San Fran at 11 a.m. ish. So I'll have a good portion of the day Friday. We're going to go do some stuff, probably go to the pier, go hang out, do some touristy things. Rob, see SVT Staying 03. If you actually have an SVT Staying 2003, that is awesome. Says Rob, what is your favorite in production orange alternative to the Orange Monster? I absolutely love my orange Breitling Super Ocean. It is so rich and vibrant of a color. Now my Orange Monster's faded. Typically it would be a little bit more orange than that, but I love the orange of the Breitling. I really hope to pick up a yellow dial diver. I would love Breitling to do a 42 millimeter Super Ocean in yellow. I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. But I do like this orange one here. There are some, Doxa's good and everything like that, but let's see. Just join was probably been said, but that Wise looks thin. It is thin. It is crazy thin. Actually, let me measure it. So it's funny because it's like 11 and 11.7. What makes it look so thin is this mid case is so thin. The mid case is like 5.5 millimeter, and then you have that boxed crystal. So if you were to ditch that boxed crystal, you'd probably be under 10 millimeter. So, but it's just that how thin that mid case is that really makes it look thin. Mitch Maddox says he has the Orange Monster coming thing. Oh, that's right. You picked up one from um, Wayne, I think. That's awesome. Wilson with a San Fran just to trigger some people. Let's see. Mario says Raven was doing the Trekker in yellow again, but I got the blue one. Yeah, Raven does some very bold, deep, good colors too. Nathan says, if you had to pick just one Super Ocean color, which would it be? Interesting, interesting. So the two that I have, my two favorite are the white and the orange. If I had to pick one of these, man, that would be a tough call. I'd probably, if I had to pick between these two, I'd probably pick the white dial, just because I already have an orange dial watch. And I have to have a white dial watch. I'm glad I don't have to pick, honestly. You can get such good deals on these Breitling Super Oceans. Like legit, man. Please, Breitling, put out a yellow dial 42 millimeter. Please do it because I will buy it. I will have 3 of these suckers in my box. John, what are my thoughts on deep blue watches? I don't have any thoughts on them. I don't know much about them. Bearded Watch says the company should ditch the vintage style box crystals. I get the aesthetics, but if a flat crystal can work, slightly dumb. Um, I don't know. It really does look appropriate on some watches. Like this one isn't a tall box. It's pretty mild and it's very curved. It works good on this one. But some of them, like some of the like the Oris Diver 65, some of them I almost feel like they need that extra height to clear the hands. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know that there would be interference. I don't know how thick these crystals are and how close they are to the hand stack. but sometimes some models might have to have that boxed crystal. Yeah, that's why there's so many different watches. There's got to be one out there for you for sure. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not into Breitling. They don't do anything for me. That's it, man. That's Breitling's not for everybody. That's for sure. Detroit Spartan said, I said box. Yes, I said box. I say many things. Can you imagine if, I mean, somebody could like take all the inappropriate words that I maybe have said over the time and like string something together to make something pretty creative, I guess. I don't know. This is actually a metal G-Shock. This is the GMB 5000 MB, standing for matte black. So it has the matte black finish on it instead of the full shiny black one they did previously. And then it has this brushed face on it that's still black, but it's like a brushed black. So when it catches the light, it actually looks like it's just straight brushed, but it's actually black. It's pretty wild how they did that. And then the only polish is like in between the links. Other than that, and this is stainless steel. It's not titanium. So these are like those $600 ones, but you can get deals on them sometimes. All those watches are beautiful. Thank you very much. Don't give Calico ideas. Trying to read some comments. Rob, I don't think the Mito Ocean Star Tribute would look as cool without a box crystal. Yeah, and some watches just have to have that box crystal, I feel like. I would be curious to see them with, a flat or a double domed without the box. It would be kind of cool to see some of them with a different crystal option just to see what it looks like. But is that a Manta on the left there? This is a Astor Banks. These guys are out of Chicago. And this is the Fortitude white dial. Beautiful watch. I don't know what the price point is on these. Now, it's not quite Manta level awesomeness, but like legit, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like 85% of a Manta. And then I'm sure it's a lot less money. So if you wanted to, like, if you wanted a Manta, but you're just like, man, I don't know, it's a lot of money or something like that, you could definitely pick up one of these Astor Banks and you're going to feel like 85% of what a Manta is. So you're going to be missing some key components that the Manta offers, like the better movement. I don't know what movement's in this one. Probably a Miyota, because it's still pretty thin. I don't think it's a Swiss movement. Yeah, I think this must have a Miyota in it. But the bracelet's awesome on it, and the nice taper, and the case finishing is awesome. So, and you can pick up these, I think, relatively cheap. There's a lot of alternatives out there for sure. For sure. The bracelet is definitely not as nice as the bracelet is not as nice as the Manta. I will agree with you on that. However, the bracelet on that Astor Banks is better than the bracelet on that Helson. I'll tell you that. It's actually, there's no hot spots on it. It's nice and flexible. It's actually legit nice bracelet. How do I distribute my wrist time among all the watches you have? I don't know. I just pick a watch, and I usually wear 3-day rotation, but I probably, because I wore the Tudor Pelly today, I probably won't wear it tomorrow. I'm thinking I might actually wear this watch tomorrow because I just put this bracelet on and I kind of want to wear it now. So I might wear this one tomorrow. I don't know. I just kind of wing it, and then I have to pick what watch I'm going to wear to San Francisco as well. Steele says, "Are you gonna add a Manta to your collection, Rob?" I don't intend to. Mike Wall says it would be great to hear more about Oak and Oscar after windup. I'm going to be meeting up with Oak and Oscar Friday, I think Friday night. So I'll definitely get some information for you. What are my thoughts on the Doxa subs? Doxa makes a great watch. I just don't have any right now. I might have in the future. Who knows? Let's see. Andrew, does Rob sell his watches on eBay website? I do not sell watches on eBay. I have bought watches on eBay, but I do not sell on eBay. I sell either on the main channel or typically in my Discord. But when I sell on my Discord, they usually get gobbled up pretty quick because I take a heavy flipper tax on them and I sell them way below market and they just get sold. The swatch is gone. The moon swatches are gone. I actually have one coming back. So the Neptune is on its way back. And I'll share the story with you as soon as I get it. I screwed up, but it's not entirely my fault, and I'll show you that when I get the watch. So it is over an hour. So I am going to kill the lights. Let's check the lume on these things. I think we've had enough studio light. I don't need to cheat and charge anything. I think we've had plenty of light. So let's kill the lights. Let's check the lume. And right away, guys, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to show you. Here's the Wise. Amazing lume on this. Heavy application of BGW9. Okay. Here's the Armida. Absolute killer lume on this thing for just over $300. Insane. Look at the Helson. I'm going to put the Peli. This is the Peli next to the Helson. Look at that. I mean, the Helson is just a champ. Here's the Wise next to the Helson. This is one of the best things about microbrands. They just buy lume in bulk and they sock it to their watches. Both the bezels, the dials, everything. You cannot be mad at the lume on microbrands for sure. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.